Look at that sunset. It's a bit windy out here. I laid the solar panels down. Keep the wind from blowing them over and breaking them. I'm afraid I got weighted down with rocks. But looking at 35, 40 mile an hour gust out here right now. Look at the sunset. Beautiful out here. This is how we anchor our clam down. Ratchet straps. If you got a clam and it came with strings, throw them away. Go get you some ratchet straps. This thing is not moved in this wind. Got them on each one. Some really good stakes. I'll show you them in a minute. I think them are 18 inches rebar ring on them. I had this all tucked away, but it worked its way loose. But yes, ratchet straps, only way to go with these. One. I hope this turns out from the wind. Right there. Real tight. Yeah. Got it unzipped. I don't know what the dogs are barking at, probably me, but the zipper didn't do too hot. It's still working, but it ain't holding up real well, so I just opened the doors. Little solar project I got going on. I had to adapt the adapters. But I got 3 of these. And chain. You can hook up more. Said I got 3. 2 more down there. But this clam is holding up really well in this wind. 35, 40 mile an hour gusts. But this is the way to do it. Get ratchet straps. I did anchor the door back here. Like I said, this little zipper right there wasn't really strong enough. The wind was pushing it open in the middle. So I just opened it up and hooked it back. I got my work coat on because I've been working. So it's like raggedy. You get rather dirty out here. No matter what your project is, you get rather dirty. So I don't wear my good coat out. But that's the project I've been working on out here in the wind. But again, look how windy it is. Very, very windy. Look at the sunset again. But I've had these panels blow over before. Not this one, but another one that we had. So I lay them down whenever a good sign that we're going to get a pretty good wind. Because I don't want them broke. And they're almost ready to go back up on the roof. Really, really windy. Starlink antenna's holding up rather well in the wind. It's only good for 65 mile an hour winds out here. Everything else is holding up good, but look at that clam. That is one strong clam. It has been through a lot. New Mexico, it got beat to death over there, and it survived. That's where we learned about the ratchet straps. So if you get one of these, go get you some ratchet straps. You won't regret it, trust me. Turns these things into a fortress just about. Oh, the stakes. I was going to show you the stakes. These. About 18 inches long. This is what I got drove into the ground. Can't go wrong with these. I drive them in at an angle and then hook up to them. Like I said, you ain't gonna go wrong with ratchet straps. Y'all want to see that sunset one more time? Look at this. Look at this sunset. Ain't that cool? Beautiful. Got a wildfire up there, but that way north of Ehrenberg. But the wind is blowing the smoke off that way now. You could see it earlier this morning. It was all blowing down this way. Last night it was blowing over here. We could smell the fire. 250 acres. One out here. Look at all them stickers. Your sticker on there? That right there makes it all worth it. But again, this is about the clam. That clam is really holding up. Really, really holding up. I said, I know it went through some 60-mile-an-hour gusts over at New Mexico. But don't hesitate to get one of these. We have found out a way to keep the panels on, but we're gonna experiment first before we tell you about it. Make sure they're gonna work, because these the little Velcro strips, they don't work too well. This is what happens when the panel comes off. It rubs it right there. So you created a hole. It's the only hole it has now. But that's from the wind and the panel rubbing on it back and forth. One more time around it. This is our outdoor kitchen. Here's some more wind. Very heavy wind. And it's getting cold again. The inverter is holding up rather well. But ain't much changed in camp since we've been here since October. Tomorrow I'll stand them back up. It ain't supposed to be windy tomorrow. We'll stand them back up and get full effect on that sun. There's 1100 watts there. 4 250s and 100 watt Harbor Freight. Ain't that sunset cool? I'll throw some pictures of the wildfire smoke in. But y'all have a good one.